Have you ever heard of Kundalini energy? There's an ancient tradition that describes this spiritual power as a serpent coiled at the base of our spine, waiting to be awakened. Kundalini is much more than just a metaphor. It represents the deepest human potential, something that we all possess but few truly access in their lifetime. Its roots lie in some of the world's oldest spiritual traditions, like Hinduism and Tantric Buddhism, where it's revered as the key to expanding consciousness. Imagine for a moment the idea that you carry within yourself a dormant source of energy, something so powerful that when awakened, it can completely transform your life. The symbolism of the serpent, so common in different cultures, points to the idea of regeneration and power. In the context of Kundalini, this latent energy moves in a spiral, rising up the spine through the chakras, energy centers that regulate our emotions, thoughts, and spiritual health. When activated, it brings about a profound internal transformation. But what does it really mean to awaken the Kundalini? Many describe this experience as a moment of enlightenment, a leap in the process of self-discovery. It's not just a mystical phenomenon, it's about accessing a power that, in its latent state, remains dormant in most people. And it's this awakening that brings forth our true potential, allowing us to see beyond the limitations of the ordinary mind. But why do so many people never experience this awakening? Awakening the Kundalini is a complex process, and if not done properly, can cause imbalances in both the body and mind. Many say this energy is like fire. When controlled, it can illuminate and warm, but without proper attention, it can cause chaos. A premature or forced awakening of this energy can lead to difficult experiences, both physically and psychologically. Tremors, intense heat sensations, uncontrolled emotions. These are just a few symptoms indicating that the Kundalini is being activated abruptly. However, there's no need to fear this power. When guided correctly, the awakening of Kundalini can lead to deep inner healing, expanded consciousness, and access to higher dimensions of reality. Those who undergo this experience report a sense of connection to the universe, feeling in harmony with everything around them. This is the latent power that resides in all of us, waiting for the right moment to awaken. But here's the big question: how can we safely awaken this energy? The first step is to understand that Kundalini does not respond to forced efforts. On the contrary, it naturally reveals itself when we are prepared physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Meditation, yoga, conscious breathing, and spiritual practices are some of the tools that help prepare the ground for this awakening. This awakening brings a powerful promise, the promise of transformation. But it's important to remember that this transformation is not an instant event. It happens gradually, as the energy rises through the different chakras, unlocking energy channels and purifying the mind and body. However, this ascension process is far from linear. There are challenges, moments of resistance, and sometimes stagnation. One of the great mysteries of Kundalini is that, although its activation is a sought-after goal, we should not rush it. Everyone has their own time and pace. It's like planting a seed. It grows at the right time, with the proper nourishment and ideal conditions. Forcing the process only creates imbalances and frustration. The wisdom of spiritual traditions teaches us that when we are ready, Kundalini moves naturally. Thus, we can conclude that awakening Kundalini is both a challenge and a blessing. It requires preparation, patience, and above all, surrender. It is a process that leads us to discover our true essence, which goes beyond the ego and the illusions of the mind. Awakening this spiritual energy connects us with the divine, with the infinite power that dwells within each of us. In the next part, we will explore how the chakra system is directly connected to the flow of Kundalini energy, deepening our understanding of these energy centers and their importance in the awakening process. The journey is just beginning. Now that we have a basic understanding of Kundalini energy and its potential, we need to explore the path through which this energy flows. This is where the chakra system comes into play, a fundamental concept in various spiritual traditions. Chakras are energy centers distributed along the spine, responsible for regulating physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects. These energy vortices play a crucial role in awakening the Kundalini, as it is through them that the energy rises until it reaches its peak of enlightenment. There are 7 main chakras in the body, each associated with a specific area of life. From the root chakra, which relates to survival and instinct, to the crown chakra, which is the point of connection with the divine, these energy centers are essential in the ascension of Kundalini. The awakening begins at the root chakra, at the base of the spine, and as the energy rises, it activates each of these chakras, unlocking potential and bringing forth new forms of consciousness. The first chakra, known as Muladhara, is located at the base of the spine. It is related to our connection to the earth, security, and the instinct of survival. When the Kundalini starts moving, it activates this chakra, opening the way for deep transformation. This process can be felt as an increase in vital force, a grounding sensation that firmly connects us with our physical body and the world around us. As the energy ascends, the second chakra, called Svadhisthana, located in the lower abdomen, is activated. This chakra is associated with creativity, sexuality, and pleasure. When the Kundalini awakens here, people often experience a burst of creativity or deep changes in how they deal with their own sexual energy. This is one of the most delicate points of awakening, as there is a balance to be struck between controlling and releasing this energy. Continuing the journey, Kundalini reaches the third chakra, Manipura, located in the solar plexus region. This chakra is related to personal power, will, and self-confidence. The activation of this point can bring a sense of empowerment, clarity about who we are, and what we want from life. However, this activation can also bring up issues related to ego and control, which can be challenging for many who experience the awakening. The next chakra is Anahata, the heart chakra, located in the center of the chest. Here, Kundalini awakens unconditional love, compassion, and empathy. This is a crucial point in the ascension process because it represents the transition between the lower chakras, which deal with earthly needs, and the higher chakras, which are more connected to the spirit. When Anahata is activated, we often feel a deep connection with others and the universe, as if the barriers between us and the world begin to dissolve. With the energy now in motion, Kundalini reaches the fifth chakra, Vishuddha, located in the throat. This chakra is associated with communication, personal expression, and truth. The activation of this center brings clarity of thought and an ability to communicate our truth authentically. At this point, many begin to feel the need to express themselves more openly, whether through speech, art, or other forms of expression. The sixth chakra, Ajna, also known as the third eye, is located between the eyebrows and is the center of intuition and perception. When Kundalini awakens this chakra, many report an expansion of psychic abilities, a deeper connection with intuition, and the ability to see beyond appearances. Vision becomes clearer, both in a physical and spiritual sense. People begin to understand life from a more profound perspective, seeing beyond illusion and connecting with essential truth. Finally, Kundalini energy reaches the seventh chakra, Sahasrara, located at the top of the head, also known as the crown chakra. This is the point of connection with the divine, our gateway to the cosmos. When Kundalini reaches this point, it completes its journey of ascension, bringing a sense of unity with the whole. Those who experience this level of awakening speak of a spiritual ecstasy, a feeling of being completely connected to the universe and the greater purpose of life. However, the process of Kundalini's ascension through the chakras is not always simple or linear. We often encounter blockages in one or more of these energy centers, which can delay or hinder the awakening. These blockages may be caused by trauma, repressed emotions, or limiting thought patterns. Consistent spiritual practice, such as meditation and self-awareness, is essential to help release these blockages and allow energy to flow freely. It's important to remember that the ultimate goal of Kundalini is not just to activate each chakra individually, but to achieve a state of harmony and balance in the entire energy system. When all the chakras are open and energy flows without hindrance, the person experiences a sense of wholeness, an integration of body, mind, and spirit. However, this integration requires practice, patience, and commitment. The process of Kundalini's ascension is both a journey of healing and a path of self-discovery. As we work to balance and align our chakras, we draw closer to our spiritual essence, and Kundalini awakening becomes a transformative experience that forever changes our perception of life. In the next part, we will talk about how to prepare for the awakening of Kundalini, discussing spiritual practices and precautions that can ensure a safe and balanced process. Before attempting to awaken Kundalini, it's essential to understand that this powerful energy requires deep and dedicated preparation. It's not just about following spiritual practices mechanically, but about creating the right conditions in the body, mind, and spirit for the awakening to occur safely and in balance. Inadequate preparation can lead to intense physical and emotional consequences, so self-care and the correct practices are fundamental. The first step in preparing for the awakening of Kundalini is to take care of the physical body. Our body is the vessel that carries this energy, and if it's blocked or unbalanced, Kundalini may have difficulty moving freely. Practicing yoga, for example, is one of the most effective ways to prepare the body. Yoga postures help open energy channels and strengthen the muscles, ensuring that the body is strong enough to handle the flow of energy that will come. Kundalini yoga, in particular, is an ancient practice dedicated to awakening this energy. It combines physical postures, asanas, breathing exercises, pranayamas, chanting, mantras, and meditation to activate and guide Kundalini gradually and safely. Specific postures and breathing exercises work directly to unblock the chakras and release accumulated tension, creating a conducive environment for the flow of vital energy. But preparing the physical body is only part of the process. Kundalini awakening also requires mental and emotional work. Meditation plays a central role in this aspect, as it helps calm the mind and increase inner awareness. Regular meditation practice creates a state of presence that allows a person to notice subtle energy changes in their body. Additionally, meditation helps clear the mind of obsessive thoughts and negative patterns, which can block the flow of Kundalini energy. One type of meditation that is especially helpful in preparing for Kundalini awakening is mindfulness meditation. By focusing on the breath and bodily sensations, a person begins to cultivate greater sensitivity to internal changes. This is fundamental because Kundalini awakening often begins with subtle sensations, such as gentle warmth at the base of the spine or a slight pulsing in the lower chakras. Being attuned to these signs helps guide the process more consciously. In addition to meditation and yoga, breathing exercises, known as pranayamas, are essential for balancing internal energy. The pranayama most associated with Kundalini awakening is Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing. This exercise helps cleanse the energy channels, known as nadis, allowing energy to flow freely through the body. Regular practice of pranayamas strengthens the nervous system and prepares the body to handle the increased energy that will come with the awakening. Perhaps most importantly, emotional and spiritual preparation is key. Kundalini is not just a physical energy, it is deeply connected to our emotional state. Unresolved traumas, repressed emotions, or psychological blockages can prevent the flow of Kundalini and even lead to emotional crises during the awakening process. Therefore, working on emotional balance is essential before attempting any practice aimed at awakening this energy. Many people find benefit in emotional healing therapies, such as cognitive behavioral therapy or body-oriented therapies like somatic therapy. These practices help release repressed emotions and heal past traumas, preparing the ground for a smoother and more harmonious awakening. Remember, Kundalini is a powerful energy, and if it encounters resistance, the process can become painful or confusing. Another crucial aspect of preparation for the awakening is self-care. This means adopting a balanced diet, practicing regular physical exercise, and ensuring the body is healthy. A diet rich in natural, whole foods like fruits, vegetables, and grains helps keep the body in a state of balance, which is crucial for the flow of Kundalini energy. Avoiding heavy or processed foods can make a significant difference, as they tend to create toxins that block the energy channels. Caring for the environment we live in is also part of self-care. The space around us directly influences our mental and emotional state. Creating an atmosphere of peace and harmony, free from clutter and distractions, can help keep the mind calm and the body relaxed. Crucial factors for Kundalini awakening. Many people on this journey also choose to spend more time in nature, where they can reconnect with natural and pure energies that help balance body and mind. Finally, one of the most effective ways to prepare for Kundalini awakening is to seek guidance from a spiritual master or experienced guide. Kundalini awakening can be a complex process, and having someone by your side who has already walked this path can make all the difference. A spiritual master can provide the right practices, correct imbalances in the process, and ensure that the awakening happens gradually and safely. Many spiritual traditions emphasize the importance of a guide in the awakening process, because when misdirected, this energy can cause confusion or even health problems. An experienced guide can help channel this energy for constructive purposes and ensure that the practitioner maintains balance between body, mind, and spirit. However, the most important thing to understand is that Kundalini awakening should not be rushed. Forcing the process can bring more harm than good. When we are prepared, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, Kundalini energy awakens naturally, like a flower blooming at the right time. Now that we understand how to prepare the body and mind for Kundalini awakening, in the next part, we will explore the signs and symptoms of awakening, discussing how to identify when this energy begins to move within us. When Kundalini energy begins to awaken, the body, mind, and spirit undergo significant changes. These changes can sometimes be subtle at first, but as the energy rises through the chakras, the signs and symptoms become more evident. It's important to recognize that each person may experience the awakening uniquely, but there are certain common patterns that many report throughout this process. The first sign that Kundalini is awakening often manifests as a sensation of heat or energy at the base of the spine. This is described as a warm, serpentine energy that begins to move upward. This heat is not like ordinary body heat, but something deeper, almost like a subtle electric current running through the spine. Some people describe it as an inner fire that starts to ignite and slowly expand. In addition to heat, there is also a tingling or vibration sensation that begins to spread throughout the body, especially along the spine. This tingling can be felt in the arms, legs, and even in the head as the energy starts to move. For some, this sensation is pleasant, almost like a gentle current of life force flowing through the body. For others, it may feel a bit unsettling at first, especially if they weren't expecting it. Another common symptom is the intensification of emotions. Kundalini awakening tends to bring repressed and unresolved emotions to the surface, causing a person to experience periods of heightened emotional sensitivity. You may find yourself crying for no apparent reason, feeling deep empathy for others, or going through moments of euphoria followed by deep introspection. This emotional whirlwind is part of the purification process, as Kundalini, as it rises, begins to release emotional blockages stored in the body. Along with emotional changes, Kundalini awakening also affects the mind. Many report increased mental clarity, as if a veil has been lifted, allowing them to see reality from a new perspective. Others experience mental hyperactivity, with racing thoughts and a sense of overload. During this period, it's common for practitioners to start questioning their beliefs, values, and even the meaning of life. The mind, like the body, is going through a transformation. Physically, the body can also experience changes. Some people experience involuntary tremors, or spasms, known as cryas. These movements occur when Kundalini energy encounters blockages in the body and tries to release accumulated tension. While these movements may seem strange at first, they are generally harmless and part of the energy cleansing process. It's important not to resist these movements, but to allow the body to naturally adjust to the flow of energy. Another important symptom that many report is a change in sleep patterns. During Kundalini awakening, some people experience insomnia or disrupted sleep, while others feel a greater need to rest. This happens because the body's energy is being realigned, and often the brain needs more time to process these changes. Vivid and lucid dreams are also common during this period, often carrying symbolic messages about the practitioner's spiritual state. A significant change that occurs with Kundalini awakening is the increase in intuition. As the energy rises, especially when it reaches the sixth chakra, the ajna or third eye, intuitive perception intensifies. Many begin to experience premonitions, greater sensitivity to environments, and even psychic abilities. Intuition becomes a powerful compass during this time, guiding the person through new spiritual experiences. However, it's crucial to distinguish the genuine signs of Kundalini awakening from other psychological or physical conditions. For example, emotional intensity can be mistaken for anxiety disorders or depression, and physical symptoms like tremors can be misinterpreted as neurological problems. That's why it's essential to have a balanced approach and, if necessary, seek guidance from healthcare professionals or experienced spiritual teachers to ensure that Kundalini awakening is healthy and controlled. Beyond the emotional and physical symptoms, many people report a growing sense of purpose and spiritual connection. During Kundalini awakening, it's common to feel a deep connection with the universe, the divine, and nature. The boundaries between self and other begin to dissolve, leading to a sense of unity with all things. This is one of the most profound and transformative aspects of Kundalini awakening, as it brings a new perspective on life and existence. This feeling of oneness often comes with a shift in values and priorities. Things that once seemed important may lose their meaning, while new spiritual passions and interests begin to emerge. Kundalini awakening is ultimately an awakening to a new way of living, a life more aligned with spiritual truth and the higher purpose of existence. But how do you know if what you're experiencing is truly a Kundalini awakening? While the signs vary, the key lies in inner change. Kundalini awakening is not something that happens only on a physical level. It is a total transformation of being. If you feel a deep shift in your perception of yourself and the world, an expansion of consciousness, and a greater spiritual connection, it is likely that Kundalini energy is moving within you. As the Kundalini awakening continues, the body, mind, and spirit undergo a deep healing process. Old blockages are released, traumas are healed, and the energetic body is renewed. However, this process can take time, and it's important to be patient. and respect the natural pace of the energy's ascension. In the next part, we will explore the spiritual and psychological benefits of Kundalini awakening, diving into the positive transformations this energy can bring to the life of those who awaken it. Kundalini awakening is often described as a journey of self-transformation. When this spiritual energy begins to flow freely through the chakras, a series of profound and lasting benefits can arise, both spiritually and psychologically. The impact of this force can completely shift one's perception of reality, bringing a new vision of oneself, the world, and life's purpose. One of the first benefits many experience is increased mental clarity. Kundalini awakening clears energetic blockages and allows the mind to operate more freely and expansively. This results in a greater ability to focus and concentrate, with thoughts flowing more smoothly and efficiently. Instead of being plagued by constant worries or repetitive thoughts, the mind becomes a clear channel, open to new ideas and perspectives. This mental clarity also aids in problem solving, as one becomes better able to see solutions that were previously obscured. In addition, a notable benefit of Kundalini awakening is the expansion of spiritual awareness. The awakening not only opens the chakras, but also unlocks deeper levels of perception. The person begins to feel a stronger connection with the divine and the spiritual essence that permeates all existence. This connection brings a renewed sense of purpose and a deeper understanding of spiritual truths. Many people report heightened sensitivity to subtle energies, feeling the presence of the sacred in simple moments of everyday life. Another significant spiritual aspect of Kundalini awakening is the strengthening of intuition. As the energy flows through the third eye, or Ajna chakra, the ability to perceive beyond the physical plane intensifies. Intuition becomes a valuable tool for navigating life, guiding choices in ways that align more closely with well-being and personal growth. This can manifest as an ability to sense what is right or wrong before having concrete evidence, or as a sharp perception of the people and situations around you. On an emotional level, Kundalini awakening brings deep healing. As mentioned earlier, Kundalini energy clears emotional blockages and traumas, allowing one to release repressed emotions and old behavior patterns. This healing process is liberating, providing a sense of emotional lightness and greater internal stability. Rather than being overwhelmed by intense or uncontrolled emotional reactions, those who experience Kundalini awakening report a greater ability to handle life's challenges with calm and balance. Another emotional benefit is the opening to unconditional love. Kundalini awakening, especially when it reaches the heart chakra, awakens deep feelings of compassion and empathy. The person begins to see themselves and others with more acceptance and understanding. This results in more harmonious relationships and an ability to forgive and let go of past hurts. The love that flows from the heart after Kundalini awakening is expansive, going beyond personal or romantic love and touching the essence of universal love, the love that connects all beings. Psychologically, Kundalini awakening can lead to a profound transformation in self-perception. Many report a sense of ego dissolution, meaning that rigid identifications with social roles, titles, or personality traits begin to dissolve. The person starts to see themselves not as a separate, isolated being, but as part of a greater whole. This shift in perception brings a sense of unity with the universe and, at the same time, a healthier, less attached acceptance of individuality. This transformation also brings an increase in creativity. With the mind and emotions in balance, the creative flow intensifies. Many artists, writers, and thinkers report that after Kundalini awakening, their inspiration and productivity increased significantly. Creativity flows more naturally and authentically, without the blocks of self-criticism or fear that may have been present before. This happens because Kundalini activates the body's creative centers, especially the second chakra, which is related to creativity and expression. An important psychological benefit is the dissolution of fear. As Kundalini energy rises and unblocks traumas and repressed emotions, fear, which is often stored in the energetic body, begins to dissolve. The practitioner starts to experience life with a sense of inner security, regardless of external circumstances. This dissolution of fear leads to greater freedom to live authentically, without the need to please others or conform to social expectations. Moreover, Kundalini awakening brings a deep sense of contentment. By releasing blockages and gaining a new perception of life, the person begins to live with an inner feeling of satisfaction. This doesn't mean that all of life's problems disappear, but there is a new perspective on them. Difficulties are seen as opportunities for growth, and there is greater acceptance of life's natural cycles, with less resistance to what is inevitable. Kundalini also awakens a profound sense of purpose. As the energy rises and the chakras align, the individual begins to feel a clearer connection with their life's mission. Daily activities that once seemed meaningless now take on new significance, and the person is drawn to pursue what truly resonates with their soul. This sense of purpose often leads to changes in career, lifestyle, or relationships, as the person begins to align their life with the new spiritual values that emerge after the awakening. Finally, perhaps the most significant benefit of Kundalini awakening is the total transformation of consciousness. Those who experience the awakening report a complete shift in how they perceive reality. The duality between self and other, internal and external, begins to fade, and the person starts to see life as a continuous flow of energy and consciousness. This vision of unity brings an unshakable inner peace, a direct connection to the divine that transcends the rational mind. In the next part, we will discuss the challenges and dangers of premature Kundalini awakening, addressing how this process, when misdirected, can lead to imbalances and difficulties, and how to deal with them in a healthy way. While Kundalini awakening carries immense potential for transformation, this journey is not without its challenges. When Kundalini awakens before the body, mind, and spirit are prepared, it can result in imbalances that, if not properly managed, may cause a range of physical, emotional, and psychological discomforts. Premature or forced awakening of this energy is a real phenomenon, and in many cases, it can be both unsettling and confusing. One of the first dangers of a premature Kundalini awakening is the intensity of physical symptoms. As mentioned earlier, Kundalini is often described as an inner fire. When this fire awakens without proper preparation, it can cause uncomfortable physical sensations like excessive heat, tremors, muscle spasms, and a feeling of uncontrolled energy moving through the body. These symptoms can be intense enough to scare the person experiencing the awakening, leading to a sense of losing control over their own body. Beyond the physical symptoms, there is also a significant emotional impact. A premature awakening can bring repressed emotions to the surface abruptly, which can be overwhelming. Fear, anger, sadness, and euphoria can emerge without warning, creating an emotional roller coaster that is difficult to manage. Without proper guidance, these feelings can lead to severe anxiety episodes or even depression. Many practitioners experiencing these states feel disconnected from themselves and others, struggling to find balance amidst the emotional turmoil. One of the most serious dangers of premature Kundalini awakening is its psychological impact. Without a solid spiritual or emotional foundation, the rise of this energy can cause mental confusion, paranoia, or disorganized thinking. In extreme cases, some people may experience dissociation from reality or altered states of consciousness that could be mistaken for psychosis. This happens because Kundalini, when awakened, challenges the structure of the ego and the rational mind. If the individual is unprepared for this process, they may struggle to maintain a stable sense of identity. A commonly cited example of premature Kundalini awakening is when someone tries to force the process through intense spiritual practices, such as long meditations, aggressive pranayamas, or energizing rituals without the guidance of a qualified master. In such cases, the body and mind may not be ready to handle the intensity of the energy released. The consequence is that the practitioner may experience an energetic overload, where the energy channels are flooded before they have been properly cleansed or prepared. Another significant challenge is the effect of Kundalini on the nervous system. When the energy awakens, it directly affects the nerves and brain, activating areas that were previously dormant. This can lead to heightened sensitivity to external stimuli, such as bright lights, loud sounds, or crowds. Some people report a sensation of sensory overload, where stimuli that were once normal become overwhelming. The result is a growing need for isolation, which can lead to feelings of loneliness or disconnection from the world. A lack of understanding of what is happening can also increase fear and anxiety. Without the knowledge that these symptoms are part of a spiritual process, many people may interpret these signs as a medical or psychological problem, seeking help in areas that are unfamiliar with Kundalini awakening. While it's always important to rule out medical conditions, the lack of Kundalini specialists in the West can make it difficult to find the right support to manage the challenges of awakening. Additionally, premature Kundalini awakening can exacerbate past traumas. The awakened energy begins to work on clearing emotional and energetic blockages. But if these blockages are deep and tied to significant trauma, the release can be painful. People who have experienced severe emotional trauma may relive painful memories or have to deal with intense feelings that surface suddenly. Without adequate emotional support, this can lead to healing crises, where the person feels like they are reliving their trauma instead of overcoming it. The key to managing a premature or forced Kundalini awakening is to seek balance and support. First, it is important to slow down the process. If someone is practicing techniques that stimulate Kundalini, it may be necessary to reduce the intensity or temporarily stop those practices until the body and mind can stabilize. Focusing on grounding practices, such as walking in nature, light exercise, and deep breathing, can help regulate the energy flow and bring a sense of grounding back to the body. The guidance of an experienced spiritual master is vital in these cases. A teacher or guide who understands the Kundalini process can provide specific techniques to regulate the energy flow and prevent the buildup of tension. Additionally, they can help the practitioner identify where blockages are in the body and how to release them more gradually and safely. A master can also offer a calming perspective, helping the person understand that what they are experiencing is part of a natural process of spiritual growth. Another crucial aspect is self-care. During a premature awakening, it is essential for the practitioner to take care of their physical, emotional, and mental health. This includes maintaining a balanced diet, getting enough sleep, and avoiding situations or substances that may exacerbate energetic imbalances, such as alcohol, drugs, or stressful environments. Establishing a calm and healthy routine can help bring more stability to the process. For those experiencing psychological crises during the awakening, it's important to also seek professional support, such as psychologists or therapists, who can help integrate emotional and psychological experiences in a healthy way. Ideally, finding a therapist who has knowledge of spirituality or awakening processes can be highly beneficial, as they will be able to approach the experience holistically, without dismissing the spiritual dimension of the journey. Ultimately, premature Kundalini awakening, while challenging, is not something to be feared. With proper guidance, patience, and self-care practices, the process can be stabilized, allowing the practitioner to integrate the energy in a harmonious way. Kundalini awakening is a journey of deep transformation, and although the challenges can be intense at first, they are part of a larger process of healing and evolution. In the next part, we will discuss how Kundalini can be a path to self-healing, exploring how this energy works to release old traumas and promote spiritual and emotional healing. Kundalini awakening is often described as a deep healing process. The spiritual energy that rises through the chakras not only expands consciousness, but also acts as a self-healing mechanism, releasing energetic blockages and traumas that may have been stored in the body and mind for years, or even lifetimes, according to certain spiritual traditions. In this sense, Kundalini can be seen as a natural purifying force that cleanses the physical, emotional, and spiritual systems. The healing brought by Kundalini is often gradual, but extremely powerful. As the energy moves through the chakras, it begins to unblock and release repressed emotions, limiting beliefs, and old traumas that hinder the harmonious flow of vital energy. These energetic blockages, when left untreated, can manifest as physical illness, emotional problems, or limitations in spiritual life. Therefore, Kundalini awakening can be compared to a deep cleansing of the self, bringing to the surface everything that needs to be healed and released. The healing process usually begins at the root chakra, Muladhara, where our most primal fears and traumas related to survival and security are stored. When Kundalini awakens in this center, many practitioners report the emergence of old fears and insecurities, sometimes related to childhood experiences or deep traumas. This process can be uncomfortable at first, but it is essential for vital energy to flow freely through the higher chakras. By healing the root chakra, one begins to feel more grounded, secure, and connected with the world around them. As Kundalini rises to the second chakra, Svadhisthana, located in the lower abdomen, it begins to address issues related to creativity, sexuality, and emotions. Blockages in this energy center are often linked to past experiences of rejection, guilt, or shame, especially concerning creative expression and sexuality. When Kundalini unblocks this chakra, one may experience an intense emotional release, with repressed emotions surfacing unexpectedly. This release is a form of purification, allowing the person to reconnect with their creative energy and sensuality in a healthier, more integrated way. The self-healing provided by Kundalini is not limited to the emotional level. It also acts on the physical body, helping restore energetic balance in various organs and systems. Many people report that after Kundalini awakening, they begin to experience significant improvements in their physical health. Chronic illnesses, unexplained pain, or health issues resistant to conventional treatments often start to disappear as vital energy rebalances. This occurs because by clearing energetic blockages, Kundalini allows prana, or life force, to flow freely, nourishing all parts of the body and restoring vitality. When the energy reaches the third chakra, Manipura, located in the solar plexus, it addresses issues related to personal power, self-esteem, and confidence. Here, Kundalini can help heal feelings of inadequacy, fear of asserting oneself, or blockages related to self-image. Many people report that after this center awakens, they begin to feel greater confidence in themselves and a renewed desire to pursue their dreams and goals. This chakra is the center of the self, and the healing provided by Kundalini allows one to find a healthy balance between humility and self-confidence. Spiritual healing deepens even further when Kundalini reaches the heart chakra, Anahata. This center is directly related to unconditional love, compassion, and the ability to forgive. Blockages in this chakra are often linked to old hurts, unresolved relationships, or the inability to open up to love, whether self-love or love for others. When Kundalini unblocks the heart chakra, one may experience profound emotional healing, feeling a new capacity to forgive and open up to love more fully and genuinely. It is as if the heart is freed from a weight, allowing the person to live with more lightness and joy. The throat chakra, Vishuddha, is the next point where Kundalini works, and here the healing is related to personal expression and inner truth. Blockages in this center are often the result of years of repression, where one may have felt unable to express their truth or communicate freely. When Kundalini unblocks this chakra, the person begins to speak more authentically, finding their true voice. This throat healing allows the individual to communicate more effectively, not only with others, but also with themselves, articulating their desires, fears, and dreams with clarity. The self-healing provided by Kundalini also involves awakening intuition and spiritual perception, especially when the energy reaches the sixth chakra, Ajna, or the third eye. At this point, the person begins to see beyond appearances and illusions, developing a sharper perception of reality and the spiritual plane. The healing here is a healing of perspective, where the person starts to free themselves from the illusions of the ego and sees the world with greater clarity and wisdom. Many people report an intensification of intuitive abilities, such as premonitory dreams, clairvoyance, or heightened sensitivity to the energies around them. Finally, when Kundalini reaches the seventh chakra, Sahasrara, located at the crown of the head, it completes the process of spiritual healing, connecting the person with the divine. At this point, the sense of separation disappears, and one experiences a deep union with the universe, cosmic consciousness, and the divine. This healing is the most profound of all, as it dissolves the ego and brings a sense of peace and unity that transcends the physical plane. The person begins to live with expanded consciousness, knowing they are connected to something much greater than themselves. The journey of self-healing provided by Kundalini is, therefore, a complete journey that touches every aspect of the self: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. As blockages are released and the energy begins to flow freely, the practitioner experiences a complete transformation, becoming a healthier, more balanced, and enlightened version of themselves. In the next part, we will discuss how Kundalini helps harmonize the balance between body, mind, and spirit, ensuring that this powerful energy is maintained in constant and balanced flow after awakening. After Kundalini energy awakens and begins to flow freely through the chakras, there arises a need to maintain a constant balance between body, mind, and spirit. Kundalini awakening is not just a spiritual event, it affects all aspects of life, and to ensure that this powerful energy remains in harmonious flow, it is essential to cultivate balance between the different dimensions of being. First, it's important to understand that the physical body plays a fundamental role in the process of integrating Kundalini. The body is the vehicle through which the energy moves, and keeping it healthy and balanced is crucial to sustaining the energy flow. After Kundalini awakens, many people notice that their body becomes more sensitive to food, substances, and environments. This happens because the vital energy now flowing through the chakras can be affected by any imbalance in the physical body. A balanced diet, rich in natural, whole foods, is one of the simplest ways to maintain this balance. Fresh foods like fruits and vegetables help keep the body light, allowing energy to flow freely. Avoiding processed foods, refined sugars, and toxic substances can help prevent energetic blockages. In addition, practices like yoga and meditation help keep the body flexible and the mind calm, allowing Kundalini to flow without obstacles. Mental balance is another key aspect in keeping Kundalini in harmony. The mind is a powerful filter of reality, and when it's not aligned, it can create resistance that blocks the flow of Kundalini energy. For this reason, after awakening, it's crucial to cultivate a calm and balanced mind. Practices like daily meditation, mindfulness, and breath control can help calm the mind and maintain a clear perspective. Additionally, how we handle stress plays an important role in mental balance. Chronic stress can create tension in the body and mind, which can interfere with the flow of Kundalini. Learning to manage stress through relaxation techniques, walks in nature, or simply setting aside moments of quiet throughout the day can help keep the energy flowing smoothly. Keeping the spirit aligned is perhaps the most profound and challenging aspect of this balance. Kundalini awakening brings an expansion of spiritual consciousness, and it is essential to nurture this dimension of being to ensure that the energy continues to move toward higher levels of awareness. Regular spiritual practice, such as deep meditation, prayer, or rituals that connect the practitioner to the divine, are ways to sustain this connection. After Kundalini awakens, many people experience a shift in their spiritual priorities. Things that once seemed important may lose their value, while new spiritual interests begin to emerge. This is a reflection of the integration of body, mind, and spirit. The search for experiences that nourish the spirit, like contact with nature, art, or serving others, becomes more present in the life of those who awaken Kundalini. Another important factor in balancing body, mind, and spirit is the continuous flow of energy. After awakening, the practitioner must be mindful to keep this flow constant and balanced. This involves not only regular spiritual practices, but also attention to the body's and mind's signals. If, for example, the body begins to show signs of tension or blockage, it may indicate that Kundalini's flow is being interrupted, and it's important to address these imbalances before they become more significant. For many people, the practice of Kundalini yoga is an effective way to ensure that this energy continues to flow in a balanced way. Kundalini yoga combines physical postures, breathing exercises, and meditation to help release blockages in the chakras and keep the body, mind, and spirit in harmony. Other practices, such as Tai Chi or Qigong, can also help maintain the energy flow in balance, as they work with the movement of vital energy in the body in a gentle and conscious way. However, balancing body, mind, and spirit also depends on how we integrate Kundalini into our daily lives. After awakening, many face the challenge of applying this new spiritual awareness to their routines. How can we maintain harmony while dealing with the pressures of work, family, and daily responsibilities? The key lies in bringing mindfulness to all areas of life, treating each moment as an opportunity for spiritual growth. It's important to understand that Kundalini awakening does not disconnect us from everyday life, but invites us to live it more consciously. When the body, mind, and spirit are aligned, we are able to face life's challenges with more serenity, without getting lost in worries or the chaos of the external world. Kundalini gives us the ability to see life from a broader perspective, where difficulties are seen as opportunities for growth, not as obstacles. Another crucial point for maintaining this balance is the practice of detachment. As Kundalini awakens and rises, it teaches us to let go of old beliefs, behavior patterns, and emotional attachments that no longer serve us. This process of detachment is essential for the energy to continue flowing harmoniously. When we try to hold on to old ways of being, we create resistance, which can result in energetic blockages. The practice of detachment doesn't mean abandoning our responsibilities or relationships, but rather approaching them with a new perspective. Kundalini teaches us to live in the present moment, to accept what is, and to release what is no longer aligned with our spiritual growth. This balance allows us to live with more lightness, peace, and purpose. Ultimately, Kundalini awakening leads us to a life of dynamic balance, where body, mind, and spirit are in constant interaction and evolution. Maintaining this balance requires attention, practice, and self-awareness. The journey with Kundalini is continuous, and the goal is not to achieve a final state of perfection, but to live in harmony with the flow of life. allowing spiritual energy to guide and transform us deeply and lastingly. With a healthy body, a calm mind, and a nourished spirit, we are able to live in accordance with our true potential, using Kundalini energy as a force for healing, transformation, and enlightenment. And now, Mind Unfettered, with all this knowledge about Kundalini energy, I want to know from you, what do you think is blocking the flow of this energy in your life? Share in the comments how you feel, knowing that the master key to your spiritual power is in your hands, waiting for the right moment to be awakened. Remember, Kundalini awakening is a deep journey, and with the right tools, you can begin to unlock your full potential. Don't miss this opportunity to transform your life from the inside out. And before you go, if you're looking to understand even more about the hidden power that can transform your existence, be sure to watch the video that's appearing on your screen now. The secret code of the Tree of Life. Unlock the hidden power of Kabbalah. In it, we'll explore the mysteries of the Tree of Life and how it can unlock the next level of your spiritual journey. Keep expanding your consciousness, Mind Unfettered, and I'll see you there.